Finally, finally, finally. That's what all the Scream fans are saying. Now, that's also followed by what took so long? Well, it's simple. Melissa Barrera was fired at first. The movie was set to be released near the end of either late 2024 or early 2025, or it was either mid to late. No, it was late 2024, early 25. Barrera got fired because of the pro-Palestinian comments on Instagram. The day right after that, Jenna Ortega had quit, and then a couple days later, the guy who was set to direct the film, Christopher Landon, who directed many other movies, he then quit. So now they were just kind of put in this, like, what do we do now? Are we going to just do a remake or what? Now, I said after 3 delays, I'm like, they might as well do the remake at this point. So then I know that there was the writer's strike and stuff going on. I know that held things back too, so I guess you can blame that a little bit because that held back most, if not all, TV shows and movies that were in production or set to be in production. There's also, a few months ago, it was said that the production for Scream 7 was going to start in like late August, early September. Then they moved that and it was supposed to be this December. And now it looks like they're not going to start production until early to mid 2025. It is a horror slasher film, so it's definitely not going to take that long to put the film together. Not like The Avengers, where it takes them a year and a half, close to 2 years to do it. So I think the last movie, it took them, what, about 7 months, 7 or 8 months to do it, the last Scream film. So either way, at this point, it doesn't even really matter when they start the production of it. At least we know the release date. It's going to be February 27th of 2026. I know we have to wait a long time, but in the meantime, that gives me more than enough time to catch up on many other things that I've missed. And I still have plenty more reviews to do on other horror film franchises. I've done all 5 Final Destination films, which they have another one coming out next year, the 6th one. I'll be there for that. I need to do the reviews for the rest of the Know What You Did Last Summer films, the rest of the Chucky films. I've done all the Freddys. Of course, I've done all the Screams. I need to finish the Halloweens, the Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaws, all that stuff. I'm thinking maybe Saw. I'm thinking maybe I'll do that. And of course, I did the first Paranormal Activity. I got to do the rest of them. So got a lot more reviews coming up. But a lot of the cast members from the original cast, or even some other cast members, had commented on this, and they said, yeah, they're excited to see the project. Courtney Cox and Patrick Dempsey, who played Gail Weathers and Mark Kincaid, they have not yet confirmed that they're going to be in this movie. We don't know for sure. I have a really good feeling Gail's going to be in it. I say there's a good 70 to 80% chance she'll be there. I don't see why she wouldn't, because she did survive the last film. But so far, the only one cast member that we know is going to return is Neve Campbell to reprise her role as Sidney Prescott. Now, of course, then we're also pretty certain, too, that Roger L. Jackson is going to reprise the voice role of Ghostface. So we don't know what else. I know there's been like some articles or whatever, something on Facebook saying, oh, it's very possible that Judy Greer and Carrie Russell are going to be part of the movie. But that's just speculation and theory. There's no fact on that yet. I think that'd be interesting, but we still don't know for sure. We don't have any information on plot details in terms of who's going to be in it, like the opening kill, or are we going to see Sidney and Mark's kids, or whatever the case might be. Are we going to see, I highly doubt we're going to see Mindy and Chad, although I would like them to be seen there, even though Sam and Tara aren't there. And who else? I think I'd say there's a good 50-50 chance. It's like 50-50 with Kirby. I think many of us would love to see her there too. As I talked about in another video, there's 3 different stories on why Jenna Ortega quit after Scream 6 was done. The first story was that it had to do with conflicting schedules with her Wednesday show on Netflix. The second story, which I think is the most accurate one, deals with her friend and co-star getting fired, and I think she's standing by her. I know a lot of people would probably look at that and say, well, why would you miss out on some money because somebody else got fired? I get that, but at the same time, everybody makes their choice, and that's what she's stuck by. She's a rising star, so I see that she's going to be real successful, assuming that she doesn't get involved in any, no real scandals or controversies or anything like that come up. And then the third story is, and I have a very, very tough time believing this. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I have a tough time believing this. Had to do with a salary dispute. Now, again, all of us Scream fans already know that Neve Campbell tried to negotiate a particular salary for Scream 6, but they didn't give it to her, which is why she quit. Now, we don't know the details exactly in terms of what the numbers are, like what she was getting paid and what they were saying that they were going to give her or what she wanted. We don't know all that, and I'm sure we're probably never going to know that. But if Jenna did try to negotiate a salary, I would think to myself, well, why would she think that she can do that when the original star couldn't do that? The original star was there for the first 5 films. Jenna was only there for the 5th and 6th films. So it's like, what the heck? But again, we don't have any proof one way or the other, but so far we just have to go off of what they told us. They just said it's conflicting schedules with Wednesday. And I think that makes sense. That's fair. But so that's all we know right now. It's just the release date. But once we get some plot details, or at least speculated plot details, or what I call almost confirmed plot details, I'll discuss that more in another video. And I got many other movies and shows to talk about, and many other things, celebrity stories, politics, SVU, Mortal Kombat, all that stuff, all the stuff that I always talk about. So help me out here, like and subscribe. I got more coming. Stay tuned.